Hello, denizens of the fourth world. How's it going? We are back for Fourth World Fridays. So today we're going to be looking at, this is episode 3, and we're going to be looking at Jimmy Olsen, number 136, Forever People, number 2, and New Gods, number 2. These were all pretty epic today. So yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. I've already posted a poll. We've already got votes on it. So just real simple, which issue? I was going to do something weird, like, which creature did you like, Mantis or the Green Giant, Jimmy, or whatever. But I thought let's just go by the issue and see where people are at. So your options are, out of the 3, Jimmy Olsen, Forever People, or New Gods. Let me know if you've already read all these. Then go ahead and vote. Let me know what you thought was the best. If you didn't, let me know at the end of the stream which one you liked once we go through all 3 of them. So let's quickly just talk about a couple of things coming up. So again, next Friday will be the continuation of the Fourth World Fridays. And we're going to be doing that every Friday until we complete Jack Kirby's Fourth World. And once we complete it, I'll do something else for Fridays. I've already got an idea, though it's still going to be probably a few months before we get through it all. And then Monday, we're back again talking about Legion of Superheroes. So that's the Legion live stream on Monday. Now, Monday's a holiday for all of us, but we're still going to do it, of course. And that's going to be these 3 issues. So Superboy and a couple of adventure comics. So that's going to be Monday. And so I'm just uploading these overlays. I thought I had them, but I didn't have them. So I'm just going to get them. And then Thursday. So next Thursday, we're back for the Transformer Thursdays, and Sean and I are going to be looking at the 4 issues of Headmasters. So this is just the mini series. There is only the 4 issues. I kind of got into Headmasters pretty heavy. I read issue 1. I was blown away. So we're not going to skip the Marvel comics. We're going to go back to them. But because this is only a 4 issue mini series, Sean and I could just get it out of the way. So we're just going to do it and get it out of the way. And then that'll all lead back into the comics. And based on what I've been hearing from my polls and just asking people, people do want Sean and I to talk about the cartoons as well, not just the comics. And if we're going to do the cartoons, we're going to do it. Like, we're going to do G1 or like the first 2 seasons. We already did Transformers the movie, so we'll probably skip that over. We'll do season 3. We'll do Rebirth, but then we're going to do Headmasters, Super God Master Force. Geez, it's like when did this become Japanese? When did Japan take over? When all the names became like really, really hard to memorize. Yeah, that's when. So we're gonna do those as well. So we're gonna do it. Like, I've got that entire thing down there is Transform. That entire row is Transformers, Beast Wars, all that stuff. So we're just gonna do them all. All right. So that is that. Let's bring in our Blue Blaze irregulars.
Hey.
I was gonna say Blue Blaze regulars, but no, it's the irregulars. We just watched that again.
I can't wait to go through the Headmaster stuff. That's a personal one for me because I love that miniseries. So before I read any other miniseries, I thought that was the greatest thing ever written. I was 10, right? So I thought it was.
It's pretty damn pumped up.
Yeah, it's like on a Sunday afternoon. You remember the days on a Sunday afternoon? You'd be like, what?
Sunday.
What swath of comics do you want to? And you have a stack. You just go through your stack, and it's and then it's dinner time, right? It's so good. Yeah.
I do it before and after dinner still. I do. And I'll do Saturday. I did Santo Saturday when I did like the Santo movie.
My favorite is if I saw a movie we're going to play in the afternoon on Saturday or Sunday, then I'd dig out the comic adaptation if I had it, and I'd read it, and then I watch the movie. It's like a whole day of it.
Oh, that's
Raiders or like Last Starfighter or something.
Yeah. Oh man, Crawl, something like that.
Crawl, yeah, that was one I did.
That's awesome. All right, let's bring in our Fourth World. I'll call them the Fourth World Fancy Pants. How's that?
Well, hello, Mr. Fancy Pants.
What's up, buddies?
Hey, how's it going?
Hey. That's cool, man.
Right.
Thanks for having me here. Can't wait. Love this.
For sure. Oh, these are good ones this week.
Awesome. Yeah.
But
Oh, I only have great ideas. That's been
that's true.
established.
You are the smartest person who ever lived, so why wouldn't you?
He-Man has told me that sometimes it does start to get to you. If He-Man says it enough, you start to believe it.
No, look, hey, if you see He-Man says it, it's probably true.
That is true. Let's say hello to FKHC 2005. I need to watch Transformers movie.
Hey,
yes.
Buddy. Fairfax, I call him. Hey, man.
Transformers. You're talking about the cartoon? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sean and I did a deep dive on that one. It's awesome. I love it. The cartoon. Yeah, the cartoons. Yeah, that's what we figured. Not the live action ones. Yeah. I've seen all the live action ones, and I own them all, and Sean owns them all as well, so we can all be goofs together. And hey Arkham, how's it going, man?
Hey Arkham.
Hey Arkham wants me to come down to New York Comic Con. First, I need to get a passport, so there's that dilemma.
You need just for that?
I don't have I don't have a passport. I don't go anywhere.
You have to have a passport just to come down there for one day or whatever.
For the States, you don't need one.
What? Are you sure?
Or you just need ID, like 2 pieces of ID or something. Look it up. But it's the largest undefended border for a reason.
Yeah, I mean, I would think you just like if you're going down on a trip or something.
Yeah.
Well, back in the day, we would just cross over to Buffalo. You walk across. You just walk into Buffalo and walk back.
Yeah. But you still need ID, but
not a passport, huh?
Oh, I thought you needed a passport. I'll look that up.
Check it out.
Yeah, we can do. Yeah, we can do like a meetup or whatever.
No, we're all on the same team here.
Yeah. I know. You'd think that, but it's like I didn't know. I thought you needed a passport. What's that? Wiggums, he's a bullshit. SAG ruin everything. Oh, I mean, I can't get into that. That's just going to be another stream.
That's a whole other stream. Yeah.
Simply Steve, thank you. And could not be reached. How is it going, man?
Steve.
All right, and I want to let everyone know real quick because a good friend of the channel, Professor Bill from Comic Book University, his the link to his channel is in the description. He's got like 17,000 subscribers, so there's no one I can get to him. But but he just put out a Kickstarter for a Dungeons and Dragons supplement, which it's 300 puzzles or riddles.
Yes.
So I backed it because I still run D&D twice a month. We're doing Spelljammer right now, and we did Gamma World as well. So those are very helpful. So he didn't ask me to plug anything. I'm just letting everybody know. So I think it's really cool to have like at your fingertips, and you can do just digital if you just want a digital one. So yeah.
I didn't know that. I watched that channel, and I didn't know. I haven't caught up yet. That's funny. Yeah, I hope they did the Saturday morning version of it where it's like like live action Optimus introduces it with that little kid.
Yeah. I remember. Yep.
Yeah.
That is a random coincidence. I did not say anything to Bill that I was going to, and this is Bill right now, Comic Book University.
Hey.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious. Hey, like that was not timed. That feels like it was timed, but it actually wasn't timed.
Yeah.
So I backed it today. Just went live today, so I backed it. It's super cheap. So I mean, for me, it's a must-have because I do need a lot of puzzles and riddles. That's the one thing that's really irritating to come up with. For like, I'm really good with just stories, and then sometimes you want to have a puzzle in there or a riddle or something just to kind of, because it's like, how we're going to fight a gelatinous cube. Okay. I can only come up with so many different kinds of monsters to fight and, whatever.
Right.
So, I backed that. I would have backed it immediately, but I had to go to my day job, so I couldn't do it from there. So when I came home, I did it. But coincidence, read the book. Yeah. Okay. So anyway, let's take a look at Superman's pal, the new Jimmy Olsen. And this issue features Hulk versus Jimmy Olsen as the Giant versus Guardian.
Green Giant.
Yes, he does look like the Green Giant.
Want some credits?
I do like Green Giant, peas or whatever it is. Like they are very good. So
yeah,
green is my favorite color. That's why my bandage is green. Let's get the credits on this sucker. Well, we know it's Jack Kirby, but what else can you tell us?
We have Superman's pal, Jimmy Olsen, volume only. Number 136, March 1971. Cover artist, of course, Neil Adams, Jack Kirby, Murphy Anderson. Basically, I don't see a lot of Jack in this cover, but I think this is mostly Jack did some layouts on it, and then Neil Adams finished it up a little bit with, of course, the great Murphy Anderson doing some more on there. Anyway, writers, of course, Jack Kirby, penciler Jack Kirby. Inkers, Vinnie Coletta, Murphy Anderson. That would mean Vinnie did all the normal inks, and Murphy Anderson did all the Superman faces, the redraws. A letter,
Right.
Costanza, editor Jack Kirby, Nelson Bridwell, of course, because Kirby was given a lot of authority and editorial control in these early couple of years, and when his beginnings at DC, ushering in the Bronze Age. And there you have it.
All right. So these are all pretty good this week. I'm just putting the Kickstarter link in the chat. So if anybody wants, you can grab it from there. And Matthew Pounder came in, so we want to say hi to him really quickly. How's it going? He's the office boy most. I like how in this cover they're ripping through the cover to see the action. They're like, "What's going on over here?" Like,
I don't know why they are, but they are. Yeah, that's the Newsboy Legion. That's why I think this whole cover, other than Jack doing the layout, it's all Neil Adams.
Yeah,
with Murphy Anderson. Matter of fact, I think Neil did most of the face too on Soups, but that's just me.
Look at this. Okay, I got like this looks like the screening of Skinamarink project.
Actually, University was Kurt Swine would once in a while do one of the faces of the redraws, but usually it was Al Plastino, it was Murphy Anderson. Those guys did the most, but a couple of them was Kurt for sure. Sometimes it's just ridiculous, absolutely preposterous that they wouldn't let Kirby just draw his face.
Yeah, it's so weird. It's not till Superpowers, maybe even Volume 2 of Superpowers.
Right.
I got Superpowers is where he's literally now I'm drawing the full thing.
Yeah,
right?
I feel like Volume 1 is still redrawn faces.
I think so, Sean.
Yeah,
I think so, Sean.
Because I have both, and I was like, because I was excited to see just finally a Kirby, Superman, Wonder Woman, everything like that, and it's still I think redrawn faces for Volume 1.
You know what? Crap! It's behind the door here on my shelf, so I can't take it out. No, but I think you're right, Sean, because I read the first 3 or 4 of Volume 1, which is only 4 or 5 issues, anyways.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't think this is Kirby. Like, I don't. Yeah. So I'm not sure, but whatever. We're
ridiculous.
Ridiculous. That's crazy.
And Jimmy Olsen too, right? His face is redrawn sometimes here too. No.
Usually
I'm not sure. What do you think, Bobby? Is it?
I never thought it was. It's possible, but no.
Like even in this page,
Soups.
He doesn't look as on model with the other Newsboy Legion.
That could be Vince Coletta just being.
Yeah.
I don't know. I actually, I posted this. Yeah, Clobby and I are in the same groups pretty much on Facebook, and I posted some of these, and someone had said, the Jimmy was redrawn, but then I said I wasn't for sure, so I don't really, I don't know. I actually don't know, and everyone knows this. I'll say this and we'll move on. I don't when I read comics like a kid, whereas I don't read the credits of who wrote them or anything. I read it for the story, and if I like it, I like it. Unless it's Jack Kirby or a super known name like Frank Miller or something. If it's just, I don't want to say generic people because that sounds bad, but like if it's just regular people, like I won't know. Like I didn't know. Was it Mark Grunwald who I read so many of his things and didn't know he wrote any of it, and I'm like, oh shit, I love everything that guy did or whatever, and it's and I didn't know. Because popular. I'm just reading it as a fan, and then I don't look at the credits.
Well, it's like Bill Mantlo, but once I found out what he wrote, then it's pretty obvious what he wrote.
That's always been the thing with me. I've always been fascinated by comic book history and the goings on behind the scenes and stuff like that. Who wrote what? Well, mostly the artists of them, but also writing and things like that too. The whole art form, of course. Even though I can't draw anything, I can't draw a stick figure, but I've always been fascinated by all the behind the scenes stuff. That's why I love Tomorrow's Magazine so much.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, I grabbed a few of those. Yeah. I was a movie person, so I knew the director, I'm the movie guy. right? So right. So that was my thing. Comics was like, I just want to read them for fun. I didn't even realize I had reviewed something. What was it that I reviewed? It was Christopher Priest just is on a book right now. And I gave it like 5 out of 10 or something. Someone like nailed me in the car. Oh, what? Christopher Priest. And I'm like, well, I didn't think it was that good. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't care. I don't care who wrote this thing. And because if you know what, you go on Twitter, if you see someone you like, I'm like, I like this artist or whatever, or I like this writer. And then you go on Twitter. I'm not going to say who it was. I went on Twitter. I was like, oh, F this guy. He's such a goof on Twitter. So I'm like, and then that salted and it was a comic that I liked. And then that's like kind of got me salty on the comic. I was like, ugh. So I'm never doing that. I'm just going to read it. And then that's it. And I don't care, if I like it, I like it. And then I stay unbiased. All right. So we've got this epic scene here. This probably was 2 pages, right? Yeah. This would have been a 2-page.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is, we're looking at the remastered omnibus version.
There's some omnibus or a trade of some. There've been various trades, even on Jimmy the Olsen one. Olsen trades and stuff. So.
Yeah. So this is still off the site. Now we own these. We own the omnibus, but we're looking at it off the site just because it's easier. Yeah. And so there we got your big battle coming on already. Bam, boom. I really like. I really like this like zoomed in kind of like it feels like you're just like it feels like you're in the like action. Like it's not like this is happening in a far off distance. I feel like I'm right in front of him and I got to dodge this punch. I kind of like that layout style. And these guys like, yeah, and like Scrapper's like, get in there, and Jimmy's like, holy shit,
I love when Kirby writes copy for like, to sell his own like story, like that whole business. Yeah, he's all like a new and far-reaching experiment which could change humanity as we know it. And for the big picture is unfolding. Is like the big picture. I thought you just told me that.
No, that's nothing. What you think? You think humanity it means anything? This is even bigger than humanity, Sean.
Everything.
Yeah. No, he's awesome. He's like really like putting his energy. Like his energy's in words here, and then he puts it in pictures with this guy with the mega. It's awesome.
Yeah, this is super pumped. So we'll learn about that as we go. So right now, this is just like literally Captain America versus like a Hulk character.
Green Giant.
I've always liked the blue and gold color scheme. It's really cool.
For sure. Who else is getting? Going up in my thing is Infinity Man. That guy's rising.
Yeah, Infinity Man, where all the guys come back. Yeah.
Oh shit. That's going up.
Yes.
Well, there needs to be a statue of all of them touching the box, and then you coming out of the box. That'd be a sick statue. I'm surprised no one's done that or whatever. Anyways, so it just a massive battle. So we could take a moment just to look at it. Well, you can take a look. It's like boof, clang, boof. Like this is like Punch Out. Like when you punch the guys in Mike Tyson's Punch, like, ooh. Right.
And it's so satisfying to watch this because, as we always say, modern comics don't do this anymore. They don't have fights. And like here you see each punch, and like in your mind you're saying like you see it in action and emotion. And of course, Kirby knew how to like draw motion, so like it looks like it's all animated right in front of your eyes.
Moving. It's just his pages move, his panels move, and they're kinetic and. His fight scenes are usually the best ever. They're always just amazing. And he can tell you, I love a Kirby 9-page fight panel, 9-panel fight page.
The one's always like, it's like a very dramatic pose. This is the thing that they were talking about with like, we're not going to beat up John Forte. We already beat him up. If you want to see us beat him up, tune in Monday.
He's a stand-up guy.
He's a stand-up guy. But like, there's nobody just there. That's the trick of it, right? Like,
right.
If this was John Forte, they would be standing there watching this.
There was did you guys ever read a comic called The Excruciatingly Average Normal Man?
I've heard about that.
A great parody book by Jim Valentino in the late 80s. But anyway, it was parodying all classic comic books. For example, one of the gags of the joke of the year series was all like 12 issues. They started the roll call of the Legion of Superfluous Heroes, and they didn't get to the end of the roll call so that the whole thing was like the last issue. That's one gag. But there's a scene in there where one of the guy, and they said, "Oh no, watch out! Oh no, he's striking a significant Kirby pose."
It's like
Kirby's people are always look like they are posed in action or different things like that. Where John's people they look like statues. I mean, Legion of Super Statues.
Yeah, they're always like it's always like it's like a 5 POA versus a Marvel Legend.
And we've already talked about how they're like 16-year-olds with dad bods, but
they're all.
But Kirby knew it was a visual medium, so the guys should always be doing something,
Yes,
when
there's emotion. See that? Look at every face here, redrawn or not.
Yeah, like look at this. Like
they're all there's emotion. They're moving. They're kinetic. Whereas the Forte art. Oh, a puppy dog. We got a doggy.
That's Sean's dog.
Like a 90-pound dog. He's there's a fly in the house, so then he gets all set off and tries to get it.
I love puppies.
Yeah. Yeah, that could be a you and Sean. That could be a you and Sean thing. I'll step out.
He's a sweetheart, but he has his moments,
They never have any like emotion on some of these other. I mean, on just John, for example, Kirby's characters emote very well.
Yeah. So we've got like at this point here, the giant sees Jimmy, and it's the "You have my voice." Thing from
Mark Pillow.
Mark Pillow, yes. So he's just like, what the hell? It's like, you've got my. It's like, whoa! It's like, I like how like Jimmy gets whisked off the panel. There is more movement to it. You're like whoosh, like he gets like yanked off the panel here. And then you got this. Everyone's just like, what the hell? So Superman stomps his foot. He does like an old Hulk. The Hulk cartoon intro trick where like he like stomps and like busts all this up. And the guy's like, oh shit, flops over.
Yeah.
And then again, like you get the idea of the speed here where it's like, it's just like whoosh, like just whisks Jimmy out. Like I thought this issue was awesome because like we're already like, we're just going through it and it's already like super epic. And it was cool. And then it's like
cool to see Guardian come back also.
Yes.
Yeah, this is neat. So Guardian is running forward. Now, this was a bit weird.
Yeah.
You're like, well, not weird and as in weird. I'm just saying like, whoa, what happened? Right? Like so remember, this is the first time I'm reading any of these.
Mm-hmm.
So I legitimately don't know what's happening, like at all. And I'm like, whoa, what the hell happened here? And he just like, there's like gas in his head. Like what? I was like, okay. And he just flopped over and they're like, whoa, that's weird. And then they look. And there's like little guys in them. There's like little soldiers that parachuted. This is so cool. It's like they parachuted down and they're all based on, are these guys that are based on Scrapper?
Yeah.
They all land down and they have like a little Kirby machine thingy.
Yeah,
and they basically like well they smoked them and now they're cryogenically, well they turned him into Silver Surfer, but like they froze them or whatever, so they turned Hulk into Silver Surfer. Like
that's awesome.
This is so awesome.
That battle,
Oh man, the imagination of that man never ceases to amaze me.
Yeah.
He always has.
Do we like? Well, they're the same thing to me, Arkham. When like I get the floppies, as Sean says, when I can. And if I can't, or it's expensive, or it's a remastered, like I bought the omnibus. Well, Sean and I both bought this omnibus. Sean, do you have it on screen?
Yeah, I took the dust jacket off, but yeah.
Yeah, it's enormous.
Yeah.
Nice.
Like, I mean, you can't. Like, honestly, I mean, I don't know how Sean's got a big table there, so he's doing it on a table.
My desk, yeah.
Yeah, but like, I can't be messing around with that. Like, I bought that and then I put it on a shelf.
Paddington. Come. He's opening the door. Let me.
Yeah. So yeah. No worries. So anyway, there you go. But I'll read it any way I can get it. And I'll read digital if I need to. Digital's okay because my eyes are garbage. I've been wearing glasses since I was in grade 2, so I can zoom in easy on an iPad.
And we
anyway,
show it like this.
Yeah. And this is a website that you could read it off too.
You could show it on a show, yeah.
Yeah. So I totally support my comic shop. I go every Wednesday or every Tuesday. Actually, is when I go. I go every Tuesday. I don't buy very many Marvel comics, so it doesn't really matter. I go every Tuesday.
I like going to the comic shop and I buy floppies, but I do prefer having the full story in front of me. So-called graphic novels. I grew up on Marvel and DC, but I also grew up on Tintin and Asterix, and they always had the full story in the.
Yeah.
It was
My wife has a few of Asterix.
Yeah, and I liked that as a kid, and I was like, why don't they just do this for like everything else? So, hey,
right. Oh, he's upset there. All right, now we have Darkseid, who's like, this is the report. Yeah, we lost control of the giant. We're idiots. And Darkseid's like, really? Like, I gotta find better help around here. Like this is just brutal. But they do have a miniature. This actually really helped me because I liked so this is a miniature model of everything that we've encountered so far. So the project is where they're doing all those Jimmy Olsen clones and all that stuff and cloning all of the Newsboy Legion. Zoomway, that's where the Mountain of Judgment, there's like a Zoomway where that tank thing travels. The mountain is a tank thing. The Habitat, that's where we were in issue 1, I think. Yeah, we were there in the beginning, right? Yeah. And then the wild area, that's where those wild guys are. And then they just travel around. So this is actually a good page. It kind of gives you everything that you need to know.
Little setup, little reorientation there.
I actually like this a lot because these are all new locations, right? Like it's not like how they say it's Metropolis. Or like, okay, it's the city. Or if you say Gotham, you're like, yeah, I know Gotham. Right.
Yeah,
I love it. The Zoomway.
The Zoomway, yeah.
Not on the freeway, but on the highway, on the Zoomway.
We're riding on the Zoomway of Kirby's and our green tank. I'm gonna rewrite that song as a Jack Kirby thing.
Hell yeah,
that'd be awesome. Okay, so meanwhile, at the Hall of Justice, so they've got these guys here, as like slave labor or whatever. And they're so I forgot their names, Makari, and what was the other guy's name?
Simeon.
So now they're talking about the Guardian. So again, the original Guardian died, and they're going to give that. They're going to explain what's happened. And this is the new Guardian, who is like his DNA or something, or what was it?
Yes, he's cloned from them or something.
Yeah. They say from the tissue, but
right.
Newsboy Legion's dads tell them what happened to him. So
yeah,
right. Get Doomcock to do the song. that'd be pretty funny. So they're explaining how Guardian is back, and then they're also freezing the Jimmy Giant, or Giant Jimmy. I don't know how you want to. I don't know his name. So then Superman's gonna like kind of show Jimmy around, so he kind of sees where everybody's at. You can see all the clones of other different guys. Now they do get to encounter an actual legit alien. And one thing I want to mention, I do like how, and you guys can jump in anytime. I like how like Superman knows everybody here, and there's like this idea that he's been there a lot, and like, oh hey, I'll see you this Sunday night or whatever,
yeah. He's showing him around and stuff. And, I like all the weird Kirby machine things here, like this, for example, is the.
This, I mean, not only that, you got Superman giving because comics should be educational as well. Since if you think about, we're having so much fun on Monday nights reviewing this Legion, but they're not really the Legion yet. They're more Weisinger, Pat trying talk down to 8-year-olds.
Right.
Look at this. Kirby doesn't talk down to his kids because he knows kids buy comics, but he knows younger. He is well established that because of him, in fact, younger teens, older teens, and even young adults, in many cases, are reading some comic books. When Superman gives this speech, in these charts, Jimmy lies the essence of the project. The secret of life, long hidden in the DNA molecule, has been extracted and is now being used for mankind's benefit. I mean, he doesn't talk down to people like Mark Weisinger did to kids and stuff. And there's a lot of stuff like that in this issue. You're like, man, not all of Kirby's dialogue is brilliant or anything. Not all of it, but it's not written in with a lot of the just the snarky, cringy stuff that Stan used to write, and not the belittling kind of way that Mort Weisinger would have his writers write sometimes to kids.
Right.
Yeah, and I'm loving those adventure comics and all that, but you can tell that this is like, wow, like this is like really spectacular.
Yeah. Well, there's forward momentum here, and also every issue isn't situational where this guy's being an ass. I wonder why. This one's being an ass.
Yeah, man, I can't.
Issue. It's like God. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm making it fun for myself by telling my wife about it. I'm like, oh no, hun, guess what's happening in this issue? Colossal Boy might be evil. Oh my God. And then we'll play it up as though we're like, oh my God, what's going to happen? And then I'll be like,
oh, it's revealing Superboy's identity. It's like,
oh no,
what is that? Yeah.
I've made it into a fun experience just because, but I have already read, like I started reading past all of these and they're pretty epic. It's just that we've got to get through these because I don't want to they're important and I do have fun. I have fun.
Yeah, and there's lots of first appearances of guys too. So
so they're important.
Yeah.
Anyways, so we got
Buffalo
normals. Yeah, step ups, and aliens. And he's like, "What? Who's this guy? Whoa! Who's this weird guy?"
You know, I saw this guy in the 80s, and I was like, "This is a cool character." And then when I read these, I was like, this is where he comes from. He's a Kirby guy. Like
it's all Kirby.
Yeah.
If you're ever on a quiz show and someone asks you who created this character, just say Jack Kirby. There's like a 75% chance you're right.
Exactly. That's what comes to comments. Yep. Absolutely.
Unless it's like, someone brand new or whatever, like who created, I don't know, I can't even name anyone new.
Like
sure.
Kamala Khan or whatever.
Kamala Khan. Yeah, then don't say Jack Kirby. But if it's
about they go, this character that John Byrne said that he created, they'll go, oh, Jack Kirby.
Yeah.
Oh, see, I didn't know this either.
He was famous for it. But Flipper Dipper was never in the original Legion Kirby retcon. No, he wasn't.
So there you go.
Legion Kirby retcon.
Inclusion.
Being silly. Matthew.
Oh, Kirby retcon. Okay, I got you. Yeah. Okay, yeah, no, that's so here's this weird character. It's nice to meet you. It's like, okay, and it's just random, like, okay, this is weird and dangerous. It's like, yep. Okay, in the meantime, oh man, so these guys are concocting up something, and it's like one arm breaks out, a second arm breaks out, and then two more.
Oh,
the four-armed terror.
Forearmed is forewarned, right?
Forearm, yeah.
Yeah. Hey, listen, don't mess. This is going to be good. So yeah, that'll be. I don't think that'll be next week though, or maybe it will be next week. I haven't looked at next week's books, but that could be next week's book.
I can check it out.
All right. So the next one in the reading order is Forever People #2. So let's go with that. That's a different comic. So
it is next week, J-Man.
It is next week. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Forever People. All right, so let's get the credits on this one. Mantis, baby. This guy's bad ass.
Yeah, he's
all
awesome.
Right. Yes. He's a bruiser.
Green and yellow, just like Electro and Doc Ock and like every green, like Mysterio's green, Vulture's green. Green and yellow are good colors.
The first time I saw him was in an issue of Who's Who, the first issue I bought of Who's Who, which is like thing. And obviously because it's M. And I was like, this guy's awesome. Like I read his whole thing and he looked like he's all angry and stuff on the picture.
Yeah. For sure.
I didn't know where he came from. He came from this. So yeah.
Now, what's the? I was looking this up, because the DC Mantis is that because he looked more robotic. I had Mantis as a little kid, the DC toy. He looked more robotic. Is that the same person, or is that a spoiler?
Say again.
Mantis superpowers, or
yeah. Superpowers Mantis.
I remember they made one, but he didn't look anything like
No, he's green and yellow, and he's got
yeah.
pinchers though. And I have that figure. I had it as a little kid. So I'm not sure if that's the same character, and does he die and then become a robot or something? Anyways.
But what issue are we doing here?
Forever People number 2.
Okay, I thought so.
Yeah. So what's the credits on this one?
Hold my credits up. Hang on a second here.
Yeah.
Going slow. Sorry. Let's see here. Where are you? All right. Where are you? Oh. Thanks a second here. Okay. Got a little bit discombobulated. Number 2. Okie dokie. We have Whatever People number 2, volume 1, May 1971. Artists, of course, on the cover, Jack Kirby and inker Mike Royer. Mike finally coming along. We're going to need some Mike Royer inking soon in the future. Pencilers on the cover because, it's pretty much. No, look at that was some. It is Kirby and Royer. Sorry, writer Jack Kirby. Penciler Jack Kirby and Al Plastino. For obvious reasons, was Superman in this one? I don't know.
No, Superman is not in this issue.
No, so I don't know. They're just a habit by this point. No, anyway, inker Vince Coletta, letter John Costanza, and of course, editor Jack Kirby.
All right.
Now, what were you guys asking about?
So Mantis, the superpower Mantis.
This is first appearance.
I think it's based on that, but it's not the character.
Okay.
It's his logo and everything, but like he leads an army of insect people. It's a whole
thing.
He's
an insectoid thingy.
Yeah.
He's an insectoid
powerful one too. Yeah.
I don't know why he is a dark side minion. I just don't know why they didn't do this Mantis.
Apparently
I guess
very powerful.
He's not as unique looking with the face and stuff.
He's sort of like the leader of the parademons or some.
Right. He looks like a parademon. Actually, he looks
awesome though. I had the toy of that. I don't know if I still have my childhood version, but I had it up not too long ago.
They did a lot of these Fourth World guys for that.
They did.
I guess they just altered this one.
And Orion did not look very good.
Calabac, I have Desad, who's very intricate.
Yeah, he's neat.
Stuff, yeah.
With his little control panel thingy on his chest. Yeah. All right, so here we go. Here's everybody. And I like Dreamer. She looks good. I like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Beep, 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 beep. It's like, who are these goofballs in the middle of the street here? I love the Forever People. I decided on this issue that I really love them. They're kind of fun.
Yeah.
I like these kooky characters. They're just like, what the hell? Like, we're just standing here, and everyone's like, why are you all here? Like,
yeah.
They were fun. I've always thought they were kind of cool.
Yeah. And it's like, oh, these hippies, ha ha ha. And then they're like, this is the best. He goes, how do I know if it's a hippie or something? He's like, all you got to do is show him a bathtub, and if he runs, he's a hippie.
Yes.
Oh boy, even Jack engaging a little of old folks humor there. At the time, hippies were they were big. They were a big deal. They were out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. So he's hugging the guy, and okay, let's go. And then he almost really he beats him up. It's like, all right, let's ride, folks. Meantime, this agonizing. Here's the first time you see Mantis. It's like this big agonizer, please, right? He's got the big
one. Now, I will say that here we are about what was that? How many issues have we done of Fourth World so far?
This is how many issues? This is the 5th issue, I think.
This is the 8th one, no?
Oh, 8th issue. Sorry, no, we did 3, 6, 7, 8. This is the 8th one. Yeah.
I should wait till the next one, but I'm just going to say that so far, Vince Coletta has done a pretty good job, and you can see he's I don't know how, but he's managed to ink where he doesn't destroy anything, and he doesn't. Right at this point, Kirby is in charge of everything that happens, so he's not allowing them to erase backgrounds and stuff. So there's that, as the kid would say.
Right.
Well, I was going to ask, like, he's assigned to him basically for all of these. So was everyone aware of the issues? Was Kirby aware? Like,
Well,
why,
at the time,
why
yeah.
would they sell him with this guy that was erasing stuff?
See, Kirby's fast, right?
Yeah.
And so was Vinny.
Okay.
That's why Vinny got a lot of work. That and the fact that he was a pimp in a literal sense in at comics companies. I'm not saying that's true. I'd say it's just a rumor, but and I mean the actual.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
These guys are an Amazon TV series waiting to happen, man.
They
are.
Oh my god! Like I saw the whatever. We'll talk about it later, maybe. But I saw the preview video of I Am Stan, and good lord, the things that happened in those offices. Like Stan's whipping people with a cat of nine tails. Like that's a real story. Anyway, yeah.
Yep.
The hell's going on here? The passion of the Stan.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's some fine work here, Mantis.
Mantis.
I mean, Darkseid, doesn't, he has respect for Mantis. That's pretty, says something,
He does, yeah. So they drag him out of this thing.
That's what they're trying to say, yeah. When he's at full power.
When he's at full power, yeah. So that they crack Mantis out of this, like, coffin thingy.
Yeah.
And, like, even, I like how even these random guys look cool. Like, who's this guy? Like, where's that guy's figure?
Yeah, those are awesome.
That's the one thing.
There's a lot of different minions here that don't really come back later.
Other
people that did New Gods just forgot about. But yeah, you're gonna say?
No, I was gonna say I'm gonna give Thor Ragnarok one super positive thing, and all of the guys look like Kirby people. Like when they go to that Jeff Goldblum's wherever it is, that palace, like everyone there looks like a Jack Kirby person. Right. And I was like, oh, I love if you just mute the movie. Don't listen to the dialogue.
Yeah,
it's bloody a Jack Kirby world or whatever. That's why I loved it so much. Sean could tell you, I walked out, I was like, this is the greatest movie ever in IMAX. Like, the story is piss and Thor's a goof, but like, I don't care. Like, I bought the art book for it because I was like, I just wanted to see and they say Kirby. It literally says like, this is all inspired by his designs. Every guy's like a weird looking guy or something like,
yeah.
So I'll give that movie a positive for that. The story is piss, but I'll give the visuals a positive. Anyways, but because of this kind of stuff like this, these random guys, okay, and then they just look cool. I love Darkseid here. He looks good. And he's like standing like, Earth is mine.
Yeah, that portrait of him is great. I
love that
lines and the shadowing. Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, this is awesome.
Coletta employed assistants. He didn't ink a lot of it. There has been that said many times, Matthew.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, Coletta, yeah. So this is very odd. So he goes back in here, and we'll get back to what happens in a second.
Everything's like done. It's like done. I love that. Every time Darkseid says something, he's like done, and he goes back into the cocoon. Yeah.
So he goes back in here, and then we'll see what happens in a minute. But back to the Forever People. So they basically need a place to stay, and they come across this little chap over here. He's like, "Are you guys UFOs?" It's like, okay, well, I don't think so. It's I like this kid. He's like such a kid. Like if you just said, imagine a kid from this time period, it'd be like this kid. It's like it's like the perfect kid. And then there's of course win a free bike. Woohoo! Slowpoke candy? I never heard of that.
Yeah, Slowpoke and Black Cow are, I guess, long gone. I was like, what are these? I know what Milk Duds are, but
Milk Duds, I know.
I don't know. Slowpoke, I remember.
Yeah?
I remember Slowpoke. Yeah.
Maybe it wasn't in Canada.
It's probably way before our time. This is like early 70s.
Yeah.
Yeah, so then it was gone. It was either gone before.
I don't know what it was.
I
remember it.
Anyway, so this fellow comes up to him. He's like, "What the hell are you weirdos doing here?" And now Dreamer uses some sort of like little. You can see here she uses a little bit of mind power, and he actually sees them as like sort of what he would imagine to be nice people or whatever. Yeah. It's a bit weird, but it's kind of neat. It's like she can make him see. So the little kid. He's like, I see. He goes, you didn't change at all. But Uncle Willie sure thinks you've changed. So he's like, looking at them, and it's like, oh, hey, we're from. How's it going? Yeah, how's it going? We're good. And he's like, okay, you guys look pretty good. Why don't you hang out in this house or whatever. It's like, sure.
Yeah,
so they get a
the kid sees their sweet nature naturally, but he needs some
Right.
coaxing because he's so like set in his ways of like what
right.
young people are supposed to be. I like this a lot.
Oh, I liked it too. I'm with the forever people.
Clobberin.
Forever.
Yeah.
So he's like, yeah, you can hang out here, sure.
Meanwhile,
So then, meanwhile, at the Hall of Justice,
so at midnight, this guy wakes up. He's like a vampire.
Boom. It's time. My powers are at maximum charge, and the city waits for the coming of Mantis.
If
Not
I
the
got
guard.
this issue as a kid, it would be awesome. Like I'd probably read this every weekend because like his color scheme and everything, and like then later he poses a threat and he's destroying the city and stuff, and then they have to go after him. It's great stuff, man.
Oh yeah.
This is a good week.
Yeah.
This is a good week. Joe Dog, what's going on, man? See Equalizer 3. Yep, I have to see Equalizer 2. And then I'll watch 3. I didn't see 2, not because I didn't want to. We just didn't go. And
I have it. I've never seen it. Yeah.
Yeah, I have it too. I haven't watched it yet.
I went to see 3 yesterday.
Did you like it?
I liked it. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Some issues. Yeah. I do. I like it.
That was a weird one. It's like
no, I thought it was pretty good.
It's okay, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like it was awesome.
I never saw the show as a kid, but I knew.
I did.
I knew of it, but yeah.
Yep.
I liked the first movie by Denzel, who I really only watched recently. I liked that a lot. I didn't care much for the second one. And I like this one better with some caveats that I'll probably have to watch again to see, but I do like it. We did like it.
Yeah, I'll check it out for sure. So he's like, okay, the Mantis is here. So he pulls a Baron Munchausen and like digs through the center of the world or whatever, and like, is that what's happening? That's what I was thinking. I'm like, he digs through to go to wherever he needs to. In Baron Munchausen, they fall through the center of the world and come out the other side. Remember, and their legs are upside down, and then they flip. The only logical explanation, if you're not an incurable skeptic, is that we've fallen through the center of the world and come out the other side. If you're not in an incurable skeptic. I love Baron Munchausen. We're gonna do a stream on
love
that.
It.
Okay, so I love how they're like picking up couches and they're moving in. I like that there's like stuff like this going on where it's like, well, we've got to get our little base together, like.
Well, like later on, we're gonna see another Kirby dinner scene, which I love. There's always like bread and butter in those things. I love it.
No, I think he does, Steve. I'm not joking.
I think he digs a hole back to the surface. No, I don't know why he'd go back down.
I don't know where he's going. We'll see what happens. Okay, so
he goes to the city. So yeah.
But how did he get in here? He was teleported or something, right? Okay, we'll see when he
went there a while ago. I got the impression, and then he's hanging out on Earth. Darkseid comes, and then he's like, "Earth's mine." And he's like, "It's mine." Like you can like enslave people, but always know that it's always mine, right?
Right. Okay.
So he's under the city.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. He's under the city. It's like the Ghostbusters 2 ooze under the train. Yeah. Okay. So they're getting couches and stuff together, and so he's powering this TV with these little capsules, and it's like, wow, like this kid's like, whoa, look how cool these are. And it's like, Strange Tales, yeah,
psychedelic or whatever.
I have all those on digital, Strange Tales, and volume 1 of volume 2 of Doctor Strange. I have the entire run. All those are awesome. This looks a little bit Doctor Strange right here. So once he touches this capsule thingy, he starts to get all these this is like the friggin' monolith.
This is like, I don't think Kirby did drugs, but this is totally drug abuse because it's like I see everything and everything moves and makes a kind of beautiful noise. And harmony is the word, Donnie. You're listening to all there is. That's just his Kirby's imagination, imagining what it's kind of beautiful in a way that's what the universe would be. Like if you see it in the correct way.
I like this. This is cool.
Yeah.
So he's got a bunch of these in his cowboy hat there. Meanwhile, the news, holy shit, it's pandemonium. What's going on here? This is worse than Cloverfield. It's like, what? This guy showed up. Yeah. I hated Cloverfield. I'm not playing that movie. I despise it. That was one of the most angry walking out of the theaters. Well, Eternals was angrier, but
I wobbled out.
But like Cloverfield angered me beyond words. I'm like, you don't even see the effing Clobber, you must have hated Cloverfield. You're pissed off over Shin Godzilla. You must have really hated Cloverfield, where you don't see the monster at all.
I wobbled out, I think.
Yeah.
I was,
yeah.
I think I walked out going, yeah, whatever. Bye.
Yeah.
I was pretty, annoyed.
Yeah.
Not angry like you, but I couldn't find any emotion about this absolute, other than the time wasted.
Yeah, that one. That one's a real bad one. Okay, so Mantis
movie and not show the monster.
Yeah, isn't that clever?
It's clever. That's why.
Yeah, it's so clever. We're so clever that we didn't, let's make a Batman movie and have Batman not be in it. How clever are we? Like, subvert your expectations.
Well, what's funny about that movie, like Cloverfield, is that the end credit music is awesome, and it sounds like the guy who wrote it for a kick-ass monster movie, and it's like, this is a great song. It would be great with a Godzilla movie in it, But anyway.
Yeah, he thought there'd be a monster. And then someone said, composer,
a monster movie, dude. Oh, cool. All right.
Yeah, he thought, oh shit, a monster movie.
Great.
I'm exactly.
Yeah.
I'm going to soundtrack the shit out of this.
Do with this movie, this understated crap movie with like shaky cam all over it.
Right. Who films like this?
No one. I did a whole walkthrough of Pacific Mall for like an hour with my camera, and it's nowhere near shaky. Like with my cell phone. Yeah. Anyway.
All right.
Piece of garbage.
So yeah, it was. Okay, so they're eating dinner. Look at this. Look at this sandwich. That's a good. That's a nice one. That's Texas toast right there. Texas toast is the fatter toast, right?
Yeah.
The fatter slices.
Butter and bread and butter. That's about it.
Yeah.
And you can see Beautiful Dreamer has her cell phone there.
Yeah.
What the hell?
iPhone.
Oh my god, that's crazy. But you too could have all this cool shit.
It's I think it's napkins or something. Yeah.
Oh, there's a lot of ads here.
Yeah, so the omnibus is missing this stuff.
Right.
The first time was Kirby, and after that it's like Evanier and whoever else.
Steve Sherman, who passed away a couple years ago. They both worked for him. They worked for Jack back then.
Yeah.
All right. So
every year can be pretty good when he just writes about normal stuff. But man, his blog, when he gets all politically, is annoying.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
I'm allergic to politics. So it's like, okay, man, it's like, I for one will take on Mantis or any other evil demon from Apocalypse, but Mantis is, I know, Big Bear, will need more power than is now among us to equal what Mantis can unleash. It's like, I got this effing great idea. Oh, what is it? Da-na-na. Hey, Doc Fortune, what is going on?
I was going to say, in America, was this a brand new idea of guys merging to form a guy, not robots, but people? Because this is repeated every so often after this. I can't remember the name of the character from the new universe, from Jim Shooter's universe, but and also I know he worked with Ruby Spears. I feel like he had a lot more influence on those people think, because there was Pandemonium with these three pandas that, for whatever reason, form a big panda, and I never understood why that was in there, and I feel like he probably just suggested it or something. But yeah, this seems like, I know there's a Unimind later on with Eternals, but
oh yeah,
a lot of examples of this, unless you can correct me if I'm wrong. But
I'm not going to say no.
I can't think of any. Yeah,
but none really leap to mind at the moment.
I start to think about this idea, like, okay, well, what happens? because there's one time where Dreamer wasn't there, they still summoned him, right?
Yeah, and
Or-
yeah.
So is he diminished in power perhaps?
Ooh.
Like the more people that like go into the, you know, wherever they are, like I don't know, like purgatory or something or some limbo, and then this guy comes out of it, like does that matter? Like what if there was like
they do say at the end of this issue that they experienced what he experienced, so they're in
they're in there, yeah.
Yeah.
And where does the box go at this point, or does the whole entire thing become him?
I thought the box forms him out of their consciousness or something.
Yeah, so where's the box? Like, does he have to go back and pick it up? Like,
yeah, you're
this
not
would be-
really meant to like put logic into it. It's
No,
just
I'm not
Yeah.
sure.
you form a guy and then they
forms
they
a guy,
go,
yeah. Oh, I'm 100% good with forming a guy like that,
Yeah.
just like that.
It's Captain Planet basically.
Yeah.
But
Our powers combined.
I want to say it did happen before this, but I just can't remember. I'm sure it did.
Yeah.
I'm mildly sure that it did, but even if it did, it probably could still be one of his own ideas.
You know.
And here's the speaking of Godzilla, here's where the military always sucks. So it's like, yeah, okay, whatever. Mantis is like laughing over this.
But
It's like,
I love when he draws guns though, and they're really significant looking things. And like, and I love the blast that comes out of them.
yeah, it's like, yeah, you guys are trash. You can't do anything to me. He throws this big sign at them.
Yeah, he throws his sign. I saw the sign.
But you know, I like this though. Mantis is like, yeah, I got this. You guys are all trash. And then thoom. It's like, how
That's
do you like that?
great. Yeah, that's awesome. He's like, let me do the across one.
Yeah. That's awesome. It's like a mega punch. It's like you thought you're hot shit, eh, buddy? Well, you didn't. You know, here's some criminal man, and it's just boom.
He goes flying like Superman 2. Like, smashes into like bricks.
Smashes them. Now we have another battle. So there's actually been, well, there's only been one battle here, but you're at least getting battles. So now they're like, he's using his like some sort of like ice. I can transmit cold and frost, the likes of which can hold giant worlds in the grip of an icy death. So he basically turns him into a block of ice.
Yep.
And then Dark Side, this is Dark Side here. It's like, Mantis does well indeed, but he fights for tawdry goals.
Yeah.
And here's Desaad, who's just a weirdo.
Yeah.
I thought Desaad looked pretty weird in that 4-hour boring dumpster fire mess movie, but I thought Desaad looked pretty cool. And Darkseid,
I can't remember.
he's in it. He looks pretty neat, and Darkseid looked pretty neat too. So I'll give him that credit. Anyways, so Desaad is just like he's like a weird guy, right? Like I feel like he's very pesky.
He creates things, yeah.
Yeah, he just creates stuff
right here, I think.
Yeah.
Anyways, back to Mantis, who's like just like laying waste to everything. It's like he's like creating like it's like fire is just being destroyed like it, and then he's traveling down and like nailing stuff, and he's just like like I've got this. And then meanwhile, now this is so neat.
This is awesome. I liked how he got out of this.
Yeah, this is really interesting. So let's take a better look at this.
He can't break out of it.
Yeah.
So like, well, I guess I'm in there forever. It's like, well, I have this power that can turn atoms into other things. So I'll just do that.
Yeah, isn't that neat? It's
That's
like
cool. Yeah.
It's like a Tetris. Like he turned them into Tetris pieces.
Yeah, before it's like 20 years before Tetris, but yeah.
Yeah. And not Russian or whatever, but anyway.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, he turned them into these random blocks and then just removed the blocks. Like that was pretty weird.
Cool.
And then here he comes back and like he grabs his
membrane.
Like his
membrane,
and he nails him with a blast, and then there's enough to shatter star systems. It's like gets up, pow, and he just nails them, and then he nailed them. So just think it's like he punched him, and then he's flying back, and then he blasts him.
He's like, you pause too much to gloat, and he just punches. I love that. It's like, don't if you're gonna shoot, don't talk. Yeah.
Tuco. Tuco's the best character in that.
Eli Wallach, yeah.
That's a movie where your favorite character changes based on your age.
Yes.
Like only now in my later years do I realize that Tuco's the greatest character of all time. Like it's like Blondie, don't die. It's like you literally dragged him around the desert. And then as soon as he heard about this money, or there's like, no, Blondie, we're together. Don't die. We're good. You and me are together. I'm like, you bastard. He's so good.
Yeah.
He's the best. All right. So yes, he gets punched. And like, he's like, oh. And now the problem is he basically got depowered. One Punch Man. Yes, Saitama. Yep. One Punch Man. And he did a lot of push-ups, and he worked out. That's how he became One Punch Man. I like that. So he's depowered here. So is it just that he needs to recharge or whatever? Is that the like? I don't know about this character later on.
I thought he was an energy vampire, so he probably used a lot of his energy.
I see.
And now dawn is breaking, so I think he's sort of averse to the sun and everything, like daytime. So yeah.
Right. Okay.
Well, I love the dawn colors here, where it's like purple underneath with dawn coming in, the dark blue sky going.
Yeah,
away.
that's cool.
I love it. Yeah.
So now Infinity Man does like his,
he goes
whatever,
back to being the guy,
and then they go back to being the guys here, the forever people.
But we were one, and so shared his experience. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's take a closer look at this here. Okay, so
Valkyne, Seraphim, and so it's all of them, right? That's all the forever people. It's 4 of them, no?
Big Bear, Viking, Seraphim, Dreamer. What's the other guy's name? There's another guy.
Hold on, look at the cover.
Let's go back to the
cover. Mark Moonrider wasn't there.
Mark Moonrider.
No, I think he was there. He's there.
He's there. I thought he was there. Yeah, he's there.
Yeah, okay. They're all there. I couldn't see Seraphim's hat in the background. He's there.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So Mantis wants only the ego. Okay, so yeah, so talking about that. Where do they talk about that we shared his power? Oh yeah, here we go.
Like
he's gone and we've come back, but we were one and so shared his experience. So this is where they do become that guy.
Yeah.
They become that guy. It's like a Shazam thing.
Yeah.
Like a salt.
Yeah, so Mother Box releases Infinity Man's energy into them and they become him.
Yes. That would
right? Does that
pretty much be the size of it? Yes.
Yeah, that sounds right. I mean, where is the 6-pack figures of this? Like,
yeah.
Where's the Build-A-Figure? Can you imagine? That's a Build-A-Figure waiting to happen.
Oh yeah.
There have been no Forever People figures ever. I mean,
there's been
a couple fourth. I mean, I have me some pretty good Orion. I have Mr. Miracle and Big Barter, I think.
Mm-hmm.
With Oberon in it from way back. DC Select was for way back. What else? Obviously, there was a good Dark Side one or something. No Granny.
No.
I've had Cal. I think I had it. There was Kidman and Calabac. I don't think I've ever had that one. I've had a Parademon. No, I have of all things. I have a what's his face? Steppenwolf.
Steppenwolf, yeah.
Based on the Kirby version that they did. It was a DC Legends one way back. Why they did it, I don't know, but it's pretty cool. I have that one. I think there's been a what are we talking about here? What's our boy here again tonight?
Infinity Man?
Yeah, Mantis. I think this. No, I'm not Infinity Man.
Mantis, yeah.
But as far as
Mantis,
Forever
but not this Mantis though.
I think there's been a Mantis, but
they probably did a Mantis later on. Like,
but there was no Forever People, and that was I mean, that I can remember.
Yeah, they're not popular, and like
they did.
It's not something that
they did.
McFarlane would do.
No. They did Mantis. They did both Mantis. They did this one and the other one. Like the superpower, both in the DC Universe collection. Oh shit! You know what I found? Oh man, I forgot to tell you. There's only one. I did find the Star-Lord original blue with the white. I found him at my Walmart, so I got him. You can't see
nice.
behind there.
Yeah.
That's not easy to find there, dude. You can't get him here right now. I know.
I found it at the King. There's only one on the shelf, so I grabbed it.
Wasn't cheap, huh?
It was like the normal price, like Walmart price.
Okay.
Yeah. I won't pay extra for figures that are supposed to come out, and why it pisses me off.
But that's a tough one to get, though. So I'm glad you got it. I mean, my friend Claude really had to have it. And finally, it's because he wanted it so bad, and it's just ridiculous. They make that like a exclusive or whatever. So he ended up having, his kids getting it for him for a present. But and what no one minds so much paying the price if you guys just have it available. But the toy pirates down here are terrible.
Yeah. I've seen them at like they go to Walmart like really early in the morning and they just clear out the shelf, and it's like, really, guys,
yeah.
I mean, you guys are dicks. And I've gone there for those G.I. Joe, the big ones. What are they called? Classified. G.I. Joe Classified. Yeah, I only have one, Spirit. That's the only one I have because I happened to be there when they had it. Like there was like 6 Spirits. So I was like, I'll grab one. And then you go back and you come back half an hour later, it's empty. Like it's like
I never bought any of those because I knew that was going to happen. It was like, I'll be so frustrated when I try to get a guy. It's like, forget it.
Yeah, that's really garbage. Yeah, 30. I have my childhood. I don't know if I have my childhood Mantis anymore, but
Powered Mantis, yeah.
Yeah, you saw 2 Star-Lords at Walmart, but it was broke you broke at the time. Yeah.
Oh,
so
man.
That's anyway. Okay, so Mantis goes back to his coffin. He's like, I need to regain power. And look at this Sod. I mean, this guy is really weird. He's freaky, eh? Like
Sod for you. That's his boy.
Look at this guy. The anti-life. Uh-oh.
Yes,
dun,
sir.
dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
Well, you read more about it in this
In the next
issue
one.
of New Gods #2.
Yeah, so let me get that going. New Gods.
See here. There you go. Somebody.
New Gods by Jack Kirby. Oh, this will be the remastered one, I believe. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
These New Gods are awesome. Like these.
I know.
We're more pumped for all this. This is great. Like it's epic.
Oh, I'm buying all this.
This guy's a super duper villain. It's like he hasn't really done much yet in terms of exerting power, but he's got presence. And it's.
Oh, I love this issue.
It's cool that Kirby was able to convey that, through cartooning, right? It's like that's awesome. Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
I'm there's 100% chance I'm buying all these. Like I'm buying them all. I will get them all.
Man,
I don't care. I don't care what it costs.
I once got them in
crazy.
quarter boxes.
Yeah.
The Jimmy Olsen one they went.
All right, Orion of the New. Oh, let's get the credits.
All right, here we go. The New Gods, Volume 1 and only. Number 2. Cover artist Jack King Kirby, writer Jack King Kirby, penciler Jack King Kirby, and inker is Vinny Coletta. Letterer John Costanza, and inker Jack King, editor, the same thing. God Jack King Kirby. So there you go. This was May 1971, when the world was new with Jew and stuff.
I mean, this is already awesome, but let's just take a break for a second. Take a look at the poll. We have 17 votes. Wow, this is very close.
Wow.
35% Jimmy, 29% Forever People, 35% New Gods.
So what was the question again?
Which out of these 3 issues did you like the best?
Well,
I'll tell you what I voted for. I voted for Forever People because I like Mantis and I like the big battle and I like all the mayhem he causes. I like the exchange between him and Darkseid. All 3 of these are awesome.
Yeah.
But just that to me edged out. I mean, I could vote for any of them really, but
sure.
This is a tough one because the Jimmy Olsen had a lot of cool shit, like talking about those aliens and the DNA and all that.
That
like
was cool too. Yeah.
I mean, and then then it's Guardian fighting Hulk or whatever. The like Jimmy Giant versus Guardian. That's pretty pumped. So Matthew voted Jimmy. I mean, Clobby, did you vote on this one or no?
I did. I voted for. It was tough. Boy, was it tough. Like you said, but I went for New Gods. something about the epic scale. How this is when it kicks into gear. Dark
Yeah.
side really coming into the picture.
Yeah.
For me, that just and Orion and the whole Dark Side Orion relationship, which I love. I really thought all these issues were really great, but this one probably I had to go with New Gods too.
Yeah, this is a stellar week. Today is a good stream. Like, they're all awesome. So go ahead, Sean. What were you saying?
I was gonna say we'll get to it, but it's strange reading these now because I don't know if they've revealed everything up to this point. I don't know if New God 7 is the reveal that of the two switched at birth guys, or we've known this. I can't remember. Because the thing is, you're going in with like, I know this stuff already, and I'm reading. I'm like, oh, did they not reveal that yet? I can't remember.
I can't remember either. So it's best to do those. I know they haven't revealed that yet, but
like they sort of allude to it here. And they've been alluding to it up to this point. So it's like, oh, he fights like he's from like Apocalypse or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, they keep saying that and the red eyes thing and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, and now, but now we learn that they recolored it, right? Or at least some of the issues got recolored. Maybe the earlier ones. Okay, so we got the origins again, and then here's the New Genesis, which is awesome. And it's like you got these this big city. If I was gonna, I keep hearing that they were gonna do something with New Gods. The only way I would accept anything New Gods would have to look like this, because if you're gonna do, even though I said I thought Darkseid looked cool in that shit movie and just all look cool, but they don't fit this. No. It would have to be looking like this. You have to make it crazy. If you don't make it crazy, colorful, like Flash Gordon or whatever, like 1980 Flash Gordon, then don't do it, because it's not going to be the same. It's just
it's not going to be good. If they ever announce a New Gods movie is coming again, because they were going to do it with Ava DuVernay, and I'm sorry, she wouldn't have done a good job. I'm not trying to say this some sort of bias or anything, but like, I didn't like what she did with Wrinkle in Time, and it's one of my favorite books as a kid, and I really didn't like that movie. So
made for you.
So it's like she would have messed this up with the same lack of imagination and visual flair. And if they ever do it now, it's like I can't think of anyone. I mean, even if they got the visuals right, it would probably still be stupid. So
you're saying with Brie Larson would play Orion, and she would say, "This movie's not made for you."
Yeah, exactly. It's like constant talking down to the audience. I'm please, dear God, never make this. Make maybe like a cartoon series or something.
Be nice.
But if they do a cartoon series, I want this.
Yeah.
No Tom King.
I don't like when you're reinterpreting something that's really, really like visionary and that's like so specific to the person.
Well, yeah.
It's different when it's like a committee. Like some of these comics now are a committee. You see, you're looking at it, you're like, there's like 7 people on that cover. Like, it's like, this is it. I don't know whose book it is. Look, I know I'm going to say Rob Liefeld because I like Rob Liefeld. When you buy a Rob Liefeld book, it's him.
Okay, yeah.
So if you don't like him, you're not going to buy it. But if you do, you are getting what you want.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like it's like Spawn. Oh, I don't like Spawn. Perfect. Don't buy it. But if you like Spawn, you know exactly what you're getting with Spawn. It's not Todd drawing it, but you know that this is going to be the Spawn things that you like. Yeah. Deadpool, Batter Blood. You open it up, you're like, oh, this is all Rob Liefeld. And if you hate Rob Liefeld, you'll hate it. If you love Rob Liefeld, you'll love it. Now you buy a comic. I don't know if I'm going to love it or hate it. I don't know who made it. There's like 7 people on the list. What does it have to do? This is Jack Kirby mania. So if you're not going to do Jack Kirby's vision, then don't do it, because there is no other vision.
And it's something that they never seem to glom onto, but like, this would be unique in the marketplace.
Oh, big time.
If you do something that looks different than everything else, then it's going to sell better,
For sure.
And they never seem to understand that.
Can you imagine Eternals with 200 guys? 200. And I only said this because my wife was poking fun at the Santo movies. I told her she's completely wrong and they're 10 out of 10, but that's okay.
Yeah.
But look, the Santo movies were done in 1960s to have a fun thing for kids to watch their wrestler fight the monsters. We're in a place where it's $200 million
yeah.
with the Disney machine producing Eternals, and it's garbage. Like,
without one recognizable character.
Without one.
New Gods has a few recognizable. It has Darkseid for one thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Other characters, they're not in the line with like the Justice League or anything, but they have a few characters that some people know to an extent, like Orion.
Like I just.
Yeah, they could have made them minted them with that movie, but like none of them are interesting, and none of them have any agency of their own. Like the script is terrible. There's no motivation for anybody. It just switches allegiances just because it has to happen at that point.
At least it saved lives.
Yeah, they're so it's so bad. Like they should have done what in the theater. I was reconstructing the movie.
Yes.
It's like, am I a genius or are they that dumb? It's
okay,
like,
but
are you
literally
not going through the script and saying and adding notes is like this would work better if this. It's my idea was at the end the Earth is destroyed, and then they're called to a special mission to Earth, in the present day, and then the audience realizes, oh shit, now they're going to the real MCU Earth with the same mission. You've already seen what they did, to that. Yeah, it's like they fail at their mission, and the Earth in that movie is destroyed. That's what it should have really been,
Right. If you want to tie it into MCU. Yeah. But even the movie that we got, I reconstructed myself too. Remember, I was like, this needs to be later in the movie. You don't show this scene first because it derails everything that came before it. And I don't care. And then it's a reveal. Icarus is bad. That's not a reveal.
I'll say this and then we'll carry on with this. But the thing is, like, and I've said this before, you can't just get into fantasy storytelling out of nowhere.
Right.
It's still a craft. It's still an art form. You still need to know what you're doing, and you need to understand where things came from, and you need to have a healthy love and knowledge of everything that came before. That whole monologue where the Celestial is like, I'm a Celestial, and this is all the big history of everything, is laughable and ridiculous. And it's not even the way you should go about doing that. It's ridiculous exposition with a dude that's just talking. It's awful. And the thing, and it's like these filmmakers need to get it through their head. It's like, yeah, you're this visionary filmmaker with drama and stuff like that. That doesn't mean that you could just tell any old silly fantasy thing. You need to love and know fantasy and respect it. That's the main thing. You don't even have to know it. You need to respect it. And all these like fancy pants filmmakers come in and say, oh, I know how to do this better. And they make crap and then they get humbled. It's like that film should have been made by a fantasy filmmaker and it wasn't. It's like I respect everything that I can't remember the name of the director. She won an Oscar and all that stuff. That's
Zoe Chow or whatever.
For that genre, you can't just like leap into any ass genre you want to. You need to understand it better. Anyways.
All right.
It sucked. Whatever. I hope everyone learned their lesson. Maybe not, but yeah.
They oh yeah.
Message.
God damn.
There you go.
I couldn't believe what I was watching. I was like, how much did you spend on this? Anyway.
They need to show that in film school to show how to not make movies.
I know.
It's really no, but that actually is an interesting one to show because it is very
in saner times, they probably would be.
Yeah.
Not now.
All right. So we have all this cool epic stuff. Hi, Father. Oh, I got to clip this for one of my ads.
The one I have on the scan I have is from a regular comic book, and it's all not as cleaned up as that. It's all dingy and stuff. It looks maybe almost looks better. It's weird.
Do you guys like the ads I've been making for this stream? I've been making some pretty awesome ads. I'm very happy with them.
Really?
Really? I put our stream in Darkseid's viewer. That was so good. And like Darkseid's watching us do the stream. That was awesome. My wife was like, "Wait, what's going on?" She couldn't. She said, "Wait, what's going on in this?" She's like, "What? That's Sean." And she's like, "That's you. What is this?" I was like, "That's us in the comic. Like he's watching us." Darkseid's watching the stream. All right, so I'm gonna clip this one for something. So there's Hi Father. This is the source giving some more I guess like predictions or what, whatever. And it's like Miss Cleo and Light Ray's like, I want to do something and not just be a John Forte character. No, you have to wait until I let you. Just,
Nice.
I don't want to be a John Forte character. Hi, Father. You must wait. You are not. You're too awesome to show up yet. You'll show up later at a more opportune time. Okay.
And here.
Stand here. But at least here he's standing cool, right? Like he's not just literally
yeah.
standing straight. This is a cool page, man. Look at this cool shit over here. Like,
look at that statue.
Look at these guys. Look at these. This is epic. Like, who are these guys in the back here? That's awesome. This like statue, these like big like pillars or something.
Statue guys, yeah.
It's like, and Darkseid's like enjoying a cup of coffee or something here with this guy hiding behind the door. Hey, what's going on here? You guys are
Odd job.
Odd job. Yeah, odd job.
Odd job.
Or something, yeah.
I love Manos. It's Clobby's favorite movie. We discuss it all the time.
Manos, Ends of Fate.
We love that movie.
Oh,
She's like, woo, what's going on over here? It's like, that can only be Darkseid. Number 1 on my top 10 nightmares. This guy's great. This accountant guy or whatever. He's like, God damn. Like,
yeah,
that's a nightmare right there.
I dare anything. I'm Darkseid, bitch.
I dare anything. I am Skeletor. I mean, Darkseid. That He-Man movie was supposed to be.
I'm Darkseid.
He-Man is all the New Gods characters.
He-Man was New Gods, basically.
His voice was more like the Powers Booth, not Powers Booth. Who was it? I'm not going to do his voice on now. Oh no!
Michael Ironside was the voice
Ironside.
of him in the cartoons,
or on the old Super Friends. I must find Wonder Woman.
It was,
I'm only for Wonder Woman.
Who was it, Sean?
Welker.
Oh shit! Was that?
I'm pretty sure you can look it up, but he usually did that voice. It's his Dr. Claw voice.
Wow. Yeah, Dr. Claw. Yeah.
Yeah.
I did anything. I'm Darkseid.
Yeah. King of the damned. I can finish you now. Finish me, and you finish yourself. Wait a minute. That doesn't sound right.
Ooh.
He couldn't finish a bag of popcorn. Remember
didn't finish a bag of popcorn.
That's one of my favorite lines.
I'm eating popcorn, so I get a pass for that.
No, I love popcorn. I could do a large refill and eat that too.
This is the refill from yesterday at the movies.
Oh, they don't do it in Canada anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Refills?
They don't do them anymore.
No, but if you buy the big like tin thing, you do.
No, they don't. What Sean? What theater? You go to the same theater I do. What are you talking about?
No, but like I don't buy those tin things. But like I thought that was part of the deal. That when you buy that $35 stupid tin deluxe combo.
Yeah, I know. I bought a few.
You can refill that. No,
not when I bought them.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not gonna even tell you. I bought one that's so embarrassing. I'm actually not gonna say which one I bought.
Indiana Jones.
Wow.
No, more embarrassing than that. Well, no.
Captain Marvel.
Perhaps.
It is Captain Marvel. No, but I don't blame you because that tin looks awesome.
It looks awesome, man. It was all blue and red, and it looked really cool.
This one is terrible. There's no detailing at all. You know.
The Indiana Jones one, that was terrible.
Yeah.
It was Frank Walker, could not be reached as confirmed. Yeah. Thank you. Anyways, okay, so look at this Pearl Harbor job right from the back. Like, look at this bullshit. This is a bullshit. Yeah. Oh yeah, I love all this. Look at that.
Grola, that's his name.
Have you guys gone to, if you go to Google and just type Kirby Crackle, there's a lot of great wallpapers if you want for your desktop.
And a band.
Yeah, they're all blank. Like, your back, like how you have Kirby in that.
Have you ever heard the music of the band called Kirby Crackle?
No, I have not heard the music.
I love them.
Oh, awesome. I will check it out then.
Geek songs, including It's Clobberin Time. It's Clobberin Time. That's all you. And they got a lot of geek songs.
Well, battle. Boosh, boosh. So what is it? This guy's got he's like, does he I couldn't tell, he's picked up some bricks or something, right? Like, what the hell is this?
Yeah.
Is this his hand, or is he holding something?
I think he's holding them. Yeah, because he's holding a stick in the beginning, so he holds stuff.
Okay. So he's got like, I couldn't tell if he turned his hand into that or if he picked.
No,
something up.
the way the omnibus is colored, it looks like that. It sort of messes it up, but yeah, it looks like, because it doesn't look like there's a black line there to separate it from the brick. It's weird.
It's weird.
All right. So anyway, so then he
So
basically
Brola
kicks
falls
the shit.
out. I like Brola. He doesn't really live on past this, but
Yeah, well, Orion just kicked the shit out of him and whipped him. I like how this, like, he basically did a wrestling move. He grabbed him this way and flipped him like over behind his head.
Yeah.
So that's pretty awesome. And then it's like, what? Where is he? Where'd he go? And then the removal of the helmet. And there's Stan Lee saying, "Hey, what's going on here? Why am I not making money off your art anymore?"
I'm Claudia Shane. We got to do Cutie for a love interest down the road, baby.
Yeah, Claudia Shane. What's going on? I like this guy. Like, no. Sorry, this guy's my favorite.
Harvey Lockman.
Yeah, Dave Lincoln.
Yeah,
because he's like,
his name's gonna be Orion. His last name is Orion.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
You already it's like, it's all right. He's
like,
red hair and everything, so yeah.
What about a first name? Dave.
And it's like, but how? What's going on? It's like, we came to my apartment to get the big picture, Orion. What's Darkseid after? You said it was something hidden in our minds. It's like, yes. What is it? I don't know. Hail Darkseid. So Darkseid zips. He transfers back, and he just kicks the shit out of this guy.
Find your kennel and nurse your well-deserved wounds.
Oh my god, man! This is like, I think I'd ask for a raise, or I'd try to find another job at this point.
You don't want to work for Darkseid. All right, machine time.
Yes, Kirby machines.
Love them.
Oh,
now I like this costume for Desaad in the original comic. Like it's red and not purple here.
I like this too. I like this better.
Yeah, and he never really used this after.
But look, he's gonna pat him on the head. You've done well, Desaad. Pat. No, I'm just...
Damn, Desaad.
Look, it's friggin' Zodak from He-Man.
Yeah.
These guys are
Zodak,
all.
I always thought was
a Kirby-looking guy.
Pardon?
A Kirby-looking guy.
Well, yeah, I thought he was what's the guy's name in the chair from Fourth World?
Metron.
Oh, Metron.
He's basically Metron,
but red. Yeah.
But like it's the same exact like gimmick.
Yeah. Oh my God, we're gonna look him up after this and show if people don't know. I love these guys are all wicked. They all look cool to me. Desaad's like looks like the Riddler from that 7-hour Batman movie, and it's like. It's like, well, we need some test subjects. Sure, here they are. Well, but I wasn't even supposed to be working today. Like, oh, what's going on? It's like, I've got vacation coming up next week. Well, look at this. So it's like he induces them with fear.
Yeah.
This guy's mouth is like,
whoa.
It's like
emotional turmoil breaks the dikes of the mind. And releases a flood in which we must fish. Decided this is freaking awesome, man.
Yeah. Yes. This time we must strike among larger numbers, even ever larger. Oh, he's mad.
Yeah. So he's gonna aim it at an American city, like the same American city everyone is in this thing. It's probably New York, right? I don't know.
I missed where they were.
Yeah.
So, maybe it was Metropolis. You're right.
Oh yeah.
So what's this thing, Orion? It's some kind of box. Why must we touch it? It's like because. So they're all.
It's the mother box.
It's the mother box.
You got to touch boxes.
Yeah. Mother Box will help you to see through my eyes to see the images my words evoke. And then whoosh, I'm doing this in a movie. I'm telling you, I'm putting this head in the corner. That's 100%. If they left me in charge, I would definitely do it. So now he's like, he's showing all these things. There's the boom tube where you guys, it's like the bridge or whatever where the guys come out of.
Yeah, he's showing what's going on now. So guys are pouring out of boom tubes into the city.
Yeah, and like, look at this awesome guy. What the hell?
And all these different minions that they never really used much after this. Here's the aquatic guys. Here's this guy with a big TV head or whatever, camera head.
Yep.
Yeah, he's got, yeah.
There's
Mantis.
And Mantis, yeah.
Mantis
who got a full page.
And it's like, check out his exploits in the
one we just read.
Cool too. And then they show the people in the wild area.
Yeah.
And it's like, check out the Harrys and this Jimmy Olsen thing.
And then she's dancing around.
Yeah.
And
yeah, you know what? The comic had those little boxes that said check them out in this, check them out in that, and they've removed them in the omnibus, which I think is stupid. Just leave them in. I don't know why you would get rid of that.
Yeah, and if we bought the omnibus, then we already have the issues they're talking about, so it's not like a
but just I like seeing that. I like seeing those. It's part of the document of the comic.
Yeah, like I don't know why
it's
you
part
need
of
to
the
take
experience
them out.
of that time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and plus, if we already own it, so it doesn't matter. Like, just leave it in there. We already bought the thing.
Remove it like that. Maybe for more art or something, but I do like those boxes, the little asterisks.
So where would it have been? In here somewhere, you think?
It was at the bottom.
Oh, it was at the bottom?
Yeah.
Oh, so it'd be like in here.
I was reading it earlier today, and I was like, hey, where is all that now? Yeah.
What issue? What page was that?
That was... I don't know what page it is in the comic.
Yeah, because
like
there you go.
20 or something. Yeah.
See Jimmy Olsen 133, 134, and 137.
Yep. Yeah.
I got it right here with the commercial with the ads and everything.
Yes. Yeah.
Weird. All right, thanks for popping in, Bill.
Mantis's first attempt at conquest. See the Forever People number 2.
Yeah. Number 2. Yeah.
Well. His mother box is a small one. He's got like a little small version of it. So he's showing all the fear getting nailed, and it's like, I'm ready for battle, mother box. He takes it and grabs his vehicle thingy, gets on his vehicle, comes out, blam, blam. Quickly, mother box, lives are at stake. Lock onto the beam.
Clever. He fixed a billboard. Let me blast it.
Yep, that's cool.
Yeah.
The Astro Force will take care of this shit.
University has to run.
Yeah, I said goodnight to Bill.
Oh, okay.
That's our buddy. Yeah. Oh, yeah, because I his name is Bill, so we call him Bill.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
He has a channel that has like I think 17,000 something subscribers. So he would do. So I would watch his channel, and then I saw him at my comic shop. I'm like, what the hell? It's like you're at this comic shop, and that's the same comic shop I go to. And then we met at the same comic shop, and he's like, oh my god. So then I was on his channel a couple of times. So yeah, he does reviews. He does really in-depth reviews.
Well, I'll try to find his channel.
Yeah, I'll throw the link. The link's in my chat, and
in the chat. Okay, good.
And it's also in the description. It's in the description. I put it in the description of all the videos and stuff.
Oh, all right, cool.
Okay, so it destroys that thing, and
I have subscribed.
Oh, awesome. So the battle is renewed. The enemy will use new weapons, but I shall find them and destroy them as well. It's like, and now here's where this starts. It's like, ooh, the plot thickens. Orion thwarts us again. He might have tracked us here were it not for my protective shields. Forget Orion. It is your fear machine that yields nothing, not the slightest trace of what of the thought waves we seek. And Desaad, who always looks just weird, like this guy's just
a weirdo.
Yeah,
he looks different early on. Kirby wasn't exactly sure what to make him look like at that point.
Yeah. You're a fool, Desaad, blinded by your own mania. We could never take one such as Orion captive. his kind dies in battle, and in death would look greater than a vermin like you. So I like how like Darkseid has a little bit of respect for him, like it's like it's his son or whatever. It's like so Silence to Sod, he's like, were Orion my own son, he would mean nothing to the purpose of our mission. Oh, you gave yourself away, Darky. We got you. We know what you're, Darkseid. We know what you're thinking there.
And in that mission, we must not fail. Yeah.
And then here is, and now I think in the original comic, would they have been red here? Because this feels like they would have been red at this point. Because they're really showing the eyes now. I don't know if in the original comic they were red or blue. Because I know that they changed the color in the last couple to red, but now it feels like they're really showing his eyes and his face. So I'm not sure if they wanted it to be red for the reader to pick up on something. I don't know. Do you have the original comic, Clobby, for this?
No, I wish. I used to have it. It was one of the old big collection and stuff, and got it relatively cheap back when I went back to collecting. I don't know, somewhere in the 80s or something, went and tried to fill up my Kirby collection. But sadly, alas, I have it no more. But I have I can read it.
That the next issue has the Black Racer, which I probably think would not be. Maybe they would make that today. I don't know. So that is it.
Yeah, it's like Black Falcon and Black Racer. You put black in front of their names. They wouldn't call them that. Well, Black Racer probably still, but Falcon,
maybe.
Falcon, yeah.
I don't know. They might not today.
I'll have to check out Zodak on He-Man just to show everybody. It's like this is like.
As a kid, I honestly got them confused. Zodak and what's his name? I keep forgetting his name.
Metron.
Metron. Oh. Did they not make a Metron for superpowers?
I don't think so.
No.
I don't believe so. Never know.
These look like fan created things. Oh, what's this? Is this a fan created thing or is that real?
DC signature.
I feel like that's not real.
Really?
I feel like this is like a. I don't know. Maybe that is a real character. Maybe that is a real figure.
I don't think so. But then again, I wouldn't. Then it turned out to be true. There's one. But in my memory,
in stock. Well, this one's real.
Okay, yeah. That's one of those New Gods figures from the old. So there you go. I got Darkseid. I wish I had got Metron. Damn it.
That is awesome.
He doesn't have a chair though, does he?
No, that one doesn't have a chair.
No Mobius chair. I got a big like a big special Orion, a big pack of Orion. I used to have him hanging from the ceiling all the time. Got Orion. It was weird because he didn't know somebody that didn't do that, which they should have done. But they did I think they did Light Ray.
Yeah. No, this is real. Hey guys, this is real. This thing here, it's on eBay.
Oh, cool.
He's a bit expensive, but that's a real figure. He's like $350.
Kind of Diamond exclusive or San Diego Comic-Con exclusive or something.
I absolutely can't stand that. It pisses me right off, and it actually angers me, and I don't want to talk about it. It actually angers me because I can't. They made blue-haired Beast exclusive, so I can't complete my X-Men collection. So I have everybody else, but I don't have Beast.
Yeah, unless you go all the way to San Diego.
Right.
I hate that crap.
Well, yeah, they made that Hasbro pack that had an exclusive ROM figure in it. And I was like, so the only way you can get ROM is to go to San Diego Comic-Con, buy a $200 pack of a whole bunch of guys and ROM. That's ridiculous. Right. Like, do you want to make money on this or no? Like, just tell me now.
There you go. Yeah,
the original.
They're blue. All right, so let's take a look at what's on the docket for next week.
I do have a special. I do have something special for us.
Yes.
To add on to this really quickly.
For sure.
Okay. A letter. It's from a future letters page. I'm not exactly sure which, but it is with regards to the Forever People #1. If it's a short one, if you'll
Okay.
indulge me.
Yep.
Dear editor, just to add a few words of the already awesome mound of praise, one might term a mountain of judgment.
That's good.
Had one with let's see, had one with a way clever part on nomenclature, surely deluging you. My compliments of the first issue, on the first issue. Sorry, that's a tiny print of Jack Kirby's The Forever People. In recent memory, only Deadman, Enemies, and Backlash seem to match this strip for innovation and success, which probably means if we are to use as yardstick commercial failures of those three high water marks of quality, continuity, The Forever People is too good for the average comic audience. Its power and inventiveness display the Kirby charisma at its peak. Let me try to fix mine, make it bigger where I can see it better. Okay. Sorry about that, folks. Now I can see it better. Blah, blah, blah. All right. Every panel is a stunner. Potentially, it appears to be the richest vein of story material National has unearthed in years. One hopes Kirby will be given total free reign, that he will be allowed to ride his dreams wherever they take him, for the journey is a special one. And we get visionaries like Kirby only once in a generation, if we're lucky, if we're terribly lucky. To constrain him, force him to fetter himself with the rules and regs of previous comics experience would be to dull the edge of his imagination. After the many false starts of national efforts in the past 5 years, at least it seems you struck the main route. That it should be Kirby at the top of his form that worked point scout is not surprising. He has long been a master of the form, and in the Forever People, it seems he's found his métier. Best wishes and prayers for a long, long life for the Forever People. Till now, all of the flack bourgeois about this being the golden age of comics has fallen thinly on us, but with Kirby in the saddle and the Forever People casting its wondrous glow, you now have leave to bang the drums. Harlan Ellison,
Holy crap.
Sherman Oaks, California.
That's awesome.
That's pretty epic.
I messed it up, but he was man. Harlan was a big comic book guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow, that's crazy.
And didn't heap praise. The guy did not heap praise,
no,
cheaply at all.
No, and he probably knew of all of his troubles too. So
he knew what was going on. Yeah,
yeah. But when he liked you, he praised you. He wasn't a total ass. Like I saw there's a show. I can't remember. J-Man, do you remember the show on YTV that had what's the guy's name? Is his name AJ or J something or whatever? He was a kid back then, and they would cover comic books and stuff. It was in the 90s, and anyways, Harlan Ellison was on there all the time.
Yes, I know what it was.
I think he was on there because it was kids hosting it, and he was like, I'll do this for the kids, and they had They had a thing where he went through his house, and it's all wallpapered with like comics. It's like it was all like rare comics and stuff. And he had a special, like one wall folded out into like a special like secret area where all his comics were and stuff.
I think it was. I think I found it. Sci-Fi Buzz.
No,
Sci-Fi Buzz was a show he did regularly where it was called Harlan Ellison Speaks. For years, he did that on that show, and it was great. But there's also, if you go to I'm sure it's on YouTube now, a documentary from the 80s called The Masters of Comic Book Art, and it's hosted by Harlan Ellison, and he introduces the different, and of course, there's Kirby and Ditko and Eisner and Miller, and what's the name?
Right.
Is it Anti-Gravity Room?
Oh yes, that's it. Anti-Gravity Room. That's it, Sean. Okay. That's it.
Is that it? Yeah.
Yep. Yep, that's it. As
I
soon as
used
you
to
say
love
the name, I
Sci-Fi
got it.
Buzz. So Sci-Fi Buzz was great. Colin Ellison was hilarious on that too. So.
Yep. No, it is. As soon as you said it, I was like, that's the one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a Canadian show though.
Yep.
Yeah, it was.
It's anti. No, as soon as you didn't need to look it up. As soon as you said, yeah, that's the one. It's like I remember it now. It's I just need that. Yeah, that was it. That's it. Anti-gravity.
He was all over that thing, and I knew him as the guy who he almost threw a guy off off a balcony or something like that. I can't remember.
I don't remember that, but
it was someone butchered his script or something, and he got really mad.
He did.
You went to those brain butchers.
But I remember the guy who directed A Boy and His Dog was deathly afraid of him after that. And then at the premiere, at the end of the movie, Harley Olsen ran up to him and was like, "Oh my God, he's running towards me." And he's like, "That was amazing. It's exactly what I wrote." And it's like, "Oh, thank God." Like, yeah.
That's hilarious.
I love Harley.
It's like, yeah, you better
He was even nice to me.
Yeah.
I talked to him once.
Yeah.
Anti-gravity ripping off.
Yeah, I
Prisoners
feel
of
like they
Gravity,
were because I knew about Prisoners of Gravity before, and then the Gravity Room came out. Yeah.
Yeah, Commander Rick is the most guy I know, and then I know Chato. Is it Chato or Chato? I don't know how you say it.
Chato, yeah.
Chato.
I knew of their comedy troupe. I remember Mr. Canoehead. We used to make fun of that in high school. Yeah. Yeah,
that's all. It's all Canadian stuff. This is Chato still in Canada? He's still in Canada,
He's
right?
Still in Canada, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, so 1 week from today, we're doing Jimmy Olsen 137, Mr. Miracle number 2, and Forever People number 3. Is that what it is, Sean? On your? Is that what it is, Sean, on your thing?
Say it again.
So Jimmy Olsen 137.
Okay.
Mr. Miracle 2. Forever People 3. I think that's right. Is that? I don't have my omnibus on the shelf. I'm just going off the internet.
On my thing. So yeah.
Yeah, in that order, right? So Jimmy Olsen. Okay.
Yeah, I feel like some of them were bi-monthly and some of them were monthly or something.
Cool.
Not just why some of them were
more.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, so
there you go. Me, Cap.
All right. Well, I hope everybody enjoyed that. Let's get. So I've got your guys' links everywhere. So Sean, what are you up to? I saw your High Republic review, which I'm still going through. I watched your Transformers going through those pages. It's just like the best.
Yeah.
So I was pausing it and I was doing the prices.
Yeah.
Because you're like, oh, you could trans. I was like, oh, I got to see what that costs. It's not that outrageous. Like, I think Optimus Prime. What was Optimus Prime's price again? It's basically 3 times. Basically, take the price and multiply it by 3 just as an average, and that'll tell you what the price today would be. So if Optimus Prime was. Yeah. So Optimus Prime is probably like $75 if you bought him today.
But things like that, it makes me sort of like want to call my parents and hug them or something, because it's like they got me Optimus and Megatron for Christmas, so that must have run them a good like $150, and then there's other stuff.
Yes,
so they must have worked hard that Christmas or something. But yeah.
Well, I'm just gonna call my mom and say
like
you never
in today's money, it's $150. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean, my niece and nephew don't get that much from me. I think I give them like $50 gifts or something. It's like I'm not gonna. It's like you guys are.
Well,
fine.
you're not their parents, right? Yeah.
That is true. I'm not. Yeah. But all right. So what else is going on in your channel?
I'm gonna put up more radio shows. I'm gonna eventually put up the entire Dark Fantasy. There aren't that many of those, and I have some other things for Halloween mode planned. Some comics I want to put up there as well. So stay tuned. I'm in full Halloween. Like as soon as it got the slightest cold here, I'm now in Halloween mode. I'm in Halloween mode for the whole year, but now it's like full tilt, man.
Now it's like the real Halloween mode. It's like it was all fun and games, and now it's the real. All right. Well, yeah, and then we're going to go see Saw. Clubby's opting out of Saw X. That's fine, but we're all gonna go see Saw X in a couple.
Wow. Save me a seat.
I know. I'll save you a seat. There's some good stuff. There's some really good stuff that you'll definitely like in Saw 10.
I'm waiting for Screwdriver, actually. Screwdriver 1.
Screwdriver 1. There probably already is. I know you think that's a funny name, but I'm sure there's already a Screwdriver.
Yeah.
I feel like whatever you can come up with, they've already. When they did Nail Gun Massacre, I was like, "Yep, we've got it." Toolbox Murders, Nail Gun Massacre, Driller Killer,
Office Killer called Paperclip.
Ball peen hammer.
No, I don't know if there's a ball peen hammer. Yeah. All right, Clobby, what's
terror of Paperclip and staple gun?
Yeah, I once stapled my thumb. Pretty badly. That was not.
But the staple gun murderer. All right, so what's up? I'm sorry, what was I saying?
Yeah, what's going on with you?
About a little over half an hour. I'll be on with the Friday Night Comic Shop boys at Nicholas's 32 Flavors of Nick Weiser. Tonight we're reviewing. If I could catch up to them in time, well, I'll review with them the Mark Millar comic Starlight. Which is a pretty interesting comic. Yeah. And of course, tomorrow night, Saturday Night Star Trek. And with number 1 at 9, and of course at 10 Eastern on Sunday night, The Geekery with the great Mark D with the C. And you know where I'll be, 6 p.m., 7 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern, here on Monday night.
Yep. For the next Legion of Superheroes.
Doing some Legion.
Yeah. These are the Legion live streams are awesome, and this one's awesome too. I don't know. I like both. It's like I don't want to pick which is a better stream, but they're both like so amazing. So it's like I just have fun doing both of them. And we're gonna start doing the Transformers. We're doing the Transformers again because people have actually asked for that. Like when I said I wasn't gonna do it for a while, we're like, "Well, you're not doing." There's a Sledgehammer movie. Oh. No, there's a Sledgehammer TV show, which is the best TV show ever.
No, it's not based on this show.
That's a TV show.
Okay, that got scared me. I was like, "Oh my god, a Sledgehammer movie!" I love Sledgehammer. I've got that on DVD. That was pre-ordered faster than anybody.
Greatest recovery from a cliffhanger ever.
Cancellation.
Yeah. No, it's like when
Hammer.
They
Trust me, I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, they nuke the city, and it's like, well, how the hell are they going to get back from this? And it's like, this takes place 6 months before.
No, it's like 5 years before the bomb. I'm I don't think Giroux. I don't think she was there. It's nonsense because it doesn't even make sense in their own thing, which makes it better. It makes it better that it doesn't make sense that it's 5 years ago because she wasn't his partner then.
Yeah, the guy said that they renewed it just to see how he would get out of that, and then that's how he got out of it.
Right.
So that's fun.
I mean, that is awesome. So okay, so you guys are good. So it's Jimmy Olsen 137.
Yep.
I'm just writing it out now. Mr. Miracle number 2 and Forever People number 3. Yep.
Yeah.
Everyone's got that. All right.
What is it again? What's the next? Jimmy, what's the next one? Mr. Miracle 2.
So, it's Jimmy Olsen 137.
Then Mr. Miracle.
Then Mr. Miracle 2. Then Forever People number 3.
Gotcha.
Okay. Yeah, I just want to make sure we're clear on that before we end off.
A lot of times I forget. So of course I always forget and have to go look at your thumbnail anyway.
Well, I'll put the thumbnail up once I'll put it up later on tonight.
Later, whatever you do, that'll be helpful. So
I'll do. I'm gonna make some more ads. I love making these ads now because I've got the Kirby Crackle around the border for all of them, so I like doing that. I want to do something with Golden Guardian. But all right, guys. Well, that is it. Thank you to everybody in the chat. Thanks to everybody who joined us, and hopefully we'll see you on Monday for the Legion live stream. All right. Until next time.
Good night, everybody.
Hey, friends. You've just been listening to J-Man. And he is the smartest person who ever lived. So make sure you like and subscribe.